الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سبح اسم ربك الأعلى الذي خلق الذي يخرج المرعى فجعله غثاء أحوى سنقرئك فلا تنسى إلا ما شاء الله إنه يعلم الجهر وما يخفى ونذكر إن نفعت الذكرى سيذكر من يخشى ويتجنبها الأشقى الذي يصلى النار الكبرى ثم لا يموت فيها ولا يحيا قد أفلح من تزكى وذكر اسم ربه فصلى بل تؤثرون الحياة والآخرة خير وأبقى إن هذا لفي الصحف الأولى صحف إبراهيم وموسى.
Perfect. Okay, thank you. Well, I'd like to say, first of all, welcome to our graduates to have this opportunity to see you all today. And I am delighted to be able to see such a wonderful sight in front of me. I know we've had every day to see how things are. When we go to visit the classrooms, it was quite strange, and it brings me a lot of joy to see us to be able to have this opportunity. Deserve to, and I'll come on to that in a little bit more detail in just a second. Just a little bit of housekeeping for me first of all, please. Can we please make sure that we have turned our phones off, please? A lot of effort has gone into this to be the case. He has had to show, as we asked of the students, a lot of resilience, a lot of perseverance, and also some innovation as well to make sure that we can celebrate this lovely day today. Bit that you're looking forward to is I'd like you please to welcome the graduates of 2026.
Hello? Okay. Distinguished guests, teachers, families, and my fellow graduates, as head boy to celebrate a moment that many of us have been looking forward to for years. This group's journey through upper school has been anything. Events beyond our control reminded us how quickly the world can change. They brought uncertainty to many of us, and for a period, our lives shifted from the familiar school corridors to computer screens, and suddenly, our daily routines consisted of staying up at night counting booms, waking up exactly 17 seconds before our first lesson, and making sure our microphones were muted. I missed seeing my friends and rating every common room sofa from most to least nappable. I missed and even trips to and from school, all places where relationships were created and tightened. But through it all, when we were separated by screens, we continued learning, supporting one another, and strengthening the bond between us, making this year so special. To our teachers, thank you. Thank you for your patience, your guidance, and for believing us when we pretended to lag out to avoid answering questions on organic synthesis. You have taught us far more than what appears on a specification, and I can now, after 6 years, finally tell Mr. DeCock and Miss Katie that I will never forget to RTFQ. Lives on in the people we have become, and for that, we are forever grateful. To our families, thank you. Behind every student sitting here today is a story of unconditional support and companionship that often goes unnoticed, worries you never shared, and countless moments where you put our needs before your own. There were times when we doubted ourselves, but you never did. To my parents, as I stand here today receiving recognition for my achievements, I want you to know that this moment belongs just as much to you. Everything I've accomplished has been built upon your love, your support, and the countless sacrifices you've made for me. Thank you for giving Savish and I opportunities you may not have had yourselves, and for building us a future. Often described as the end of an era, but I think it's more accurate to view it as clicking next episode on a Netflix series. The chapter may be over, but the story doesn't end. Today, we pause to reflect on how far we've come and to appreciate the people who helped us get here. Thank you all for joining us to celebrate the class of 2026 on this momentous occasion. I hope you enjoy the ceremony, and for one final time, thank you, ESF. I'd now like to welcome Agana and Catalina to perform the song for this year's graduation with me.
With an absent-minded smile, I watch her go with a search of that well-known sadness, and I the feeling that I'm losing her forever, and without really entering her world, the feeling in it slipping through my fingers all the time. Do I really see what's in her mind each time I sleep in her eyes, her and me? she's gone. There's that odd melancholy feeling and a sense of guilt I can't deny. Well, some of that we did, but most we didn't, and why I just don't know. Sticking through my fingers all the time, I try to capture every minute, the feeling in it slipping through my fingers. I see what's in her mind each time I think I'm close to knowing. She keeps on growing, slipping through my fingers all the time. Sometimes I wish that I could freeze the picture and save it from the time slipping through my fingers. Fingers all the time. School bag in hand, she leaves home in the early morning, waving goodbye with an absent-minded smile.
I would like to now welcome and invite Mr. Warner to the stage.
Thank you, Hamid. Well, it's me. I'm back again. So, this is what I would like to say to you this evening. For many reasons, these students here are unique. This is the latest that, at least in my time, we've ever had a graduation ceremony. Normally, what we do is we have the ceremony at the end of April when the exams are still ahead of them, and although they're celebrating the end of the school time, they've actually got some very important exams to finish. This time it's different, as I'm sure all the teachers, and particularly Mr. Rolfe and Mr. Williams will testify, a lot of effort has gone into helping these students to go through these exams in a most unusual circumstance. So I guess what I'm saying is, uniquely, you can now relax, guys. You've done all the hard stuff. You can enjoy your summer, and I hope you do so. Now, what we really want to say today is that, as I said earlier on, we are delighted that we can have this opportunity to come together today. These students, as I alluded to earlier on, it wasn't always certain that we're going to be able to celebrate the time in the sun, so to speak, but they deserve it. And I just want to say a little bit more as to why that they actually do. So, a lot of times you have to make the choice about what is easy as opposed to what is right. And these students have made the right choice with guidance from their parents and from us as teachers as well on many, many occasions. And I just want to kind of make sure that is known. In terms of, they have a choice in terms of the curriculum that they choose to study. Do they choose a curriculum maybe where the testing is less comprehensive and potentially the content less coverage should be? Or do they choose the British curriculum, which is a very full curriculum with tough assessments? Now, I would say that is the right choice, and that will help them when they get to uni. So they made the right choice there. They've now got the choice of, do they stop at the IGCSEs or do they sit the ASs and the A-levels? Now again, the easy option there, the can take the right path into do your ASs and A-levels like these students have done, which will make it far more likely that they are going to achieve even better in the future, which we have confidence that they will do. So again, they've made the right choice there. 3 months, they've had another difficult choice to make. They have had, when we had to go online at the start of March, it would have been very easy for these students and the Year 11 students as well, for we don't deserve this, it's making things very hard, how are exams going to be, are there going to be exams? But instead of feeling sorry for themselves, which would have been the easy choice, with a little bit of motivation from us and from you as their parents as well, they got stuck in. They rolled up their sleeves, they pulled up their socks, metaphorically, so to speak, and they made sure that they attended the online lessons so they could be as prepared as possible for the assessments that followed. And again, that is the right choice that they have made, which is very, very important. So I think that they thoroughly deserve that. Now that took, as I said at the start, that takes perseverance, that takes resilience, and that takes courage as well. And they've demonstrated it lots and lots over the last 3 months. So I guess this is such an important event for us to be able to see them at. I would like to say that the capacity to learn is a gift, the ability to learn is a skill, but the willingness to learn is they were given by parents and teachers. The third one, the choice of actually being willing to take those opportunities, came from them. Now that again is the correct choice, it's the right choice. So for all those reasons, what they've done is they fought against human nature in doing what is easy, to do what is right. Nobody is, and as Nitin alluded to a little bit earlier, as the chemistry teacher for some of them, I can see that their answers aren't always right, but they're very good students. They're great students in positions just there. They've done that time and time again to make the most out of the opportunities and to be fully involved in the school community, which is to them. Now, this is why I believe they deserve the effort that it has taken for this to be the case, and I am delighted by this spectacle that I see in front of me here. Now, with this particular cohort, when I was looking at some rather boring paperwork a while ago, I looked to see some dates of arrivals, and it made me think about something. But I'll take you down memory lane just for a couple of minutes. We have 15 years ago, picture the scene if you will. We had Nitin, our head boy, who would have been about 3 foot tall at the time. Where is he? There he is. We would have had Mohammed Sheikh, beardless, as he would have been at the time as well. Yeah, as 3-year-olds basically, first time. At the same time, we also had Mr. Williams joining this year, Mrs. Walker, I believe as well, and Mrs. Warner and myself. Mrs. Warner, by the way, congratulations on a wedding anniversary today. Thank you for the 25 years of putting up with me. Just to get back to my point. Now, when we joined 15 years ago to ESF, we couldn't have expected that that would be our place for the next 15 years, both as students and as teachers as well. That is special. That really is a special thing it's not very common. Now, I guess what I'm trying to say here is that even though Mr. and Mrs. Shohaiba cannot be here today, unfortunately, they're also very proud of you guys. And how can I say, as the poster says, there's no place like ESF, and you guys have made that the case as well. So thank you guys. Right, it's not right to do a speech without doing a quote, and I think we exhausted the Lord of the Rings quotes last year from what I remember, so we're going to go a different source this time around. I'm going to go with this time around. So a little learning is a dangerous thing. Drink deep or taste not the perennial spring. Now what does that mean? Well, the perennial spring is traditionally like the font of knowledge from ancient Greek times, I should say. And what it means is a little bit of information, a little bit of knowledge can actually be bad for you, because it can mean that you can have false confidence in what you do actually know, i.e. taking the easy option. These students, what they have actually done, whilst they've been at ESF, they have drunk deep from the font of knowledge that is the school. And that comes from the school, the parents, and everyone else involved in the students. So we are, I believe the Arabic word is ma'an, Mr. Al-Kuka? Indeed, ma'an. We're all together in this. And I really hope that when you continue to go on to your next stage of your lives in education, that you will continue that thirst for knowledge, guys. Do not limit yourself. You know, we feel confident we've left you in a very, very good place, and that you will do very, very well in the future. So I guess, even though this is sad that you're moving on, I am just going to say that, as you know, and I say to you every time round, that you are always welcome at ESF. Do let us know what you're doing in the future. And congratulations, guys. Well done. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Warner, for the lovely speech. Now I would like to welcome Mr. Williams up to give us another speech.
Good evening, graduates, teachers, proud parents, and esteemed guests. Today we are celebrating a remarkable milestone in the lives of these young students. It is my great pleasure to address you as we honour the class of 2026. Graduates, today marks the culmination of years of hard work, dedication, and perseverance. You have found challenges, learned valuable lessons, and grown into the impressive people that you are today. As you sit in your caps and gowns, take a moment to reflect on the journey that has brought you to this day. Each of you has faced your own challenges. You're resilient. You should be proud of your achievements, and I encourage you to carry that pride with you as you step into the next chapter of your lives. As you prepare to embark on new adventures, I want to talk to you about the concept which is central to your future success: the truth. In our rapidly changing outlets, countless online platforms, and my personal favourite, TikTok, all provide us with a constant stream of content. Yet amidst all this, we often find ourselves navigating rife with misinformation, half-truths, and conflicting narratives. It can be overwhelming. It can be disheartening. But as you step into this, stuck in the gap between politicians' words and their actions, this should remind us that the truth is not merely a static concept. It is a dynamic exchange which to confront uncomfortable realities. In your journey ahead, you will encounter various perspectives and opinions. Remember that seeking the truth requires courage and humility. It may mean standing alone in your beliefs or challenging. Graduates, you are the leaders of tomorrow. You have the power to influence your communities positively, to advocate for justice and equality, and to inspire change. A personal hero of mine, a prominent Welsh politician and founder of the National Health Service, once said, "You show me your truth and I'll show you mine." In closing, my personal truth is that it's a huge honour to be stood talking to you all in front of the most impressive cohorts I've had the good fortune to teach. They were forced into a situation beyond their control, yet stayed strong. As a young man, I grew up in the shadow of the Cold War and even marched in protest marches against nuclear weapons. But these young people behind me actually had to live with real threat of missiles flying over their homes. Yet they didn't give up the seeming hopelessness of it all and showed up when it mattered. We've all experienced the recent unpleasant times, and no doubt uncertain times will continue. But you, as young people, all hold within you the potential to shape a brighter future. Congratulations, class of 2026. Go out there and find your own truth. Thank you. I would now like to invite to the stage the school's principal, Mr. Warner, to present the Ibrahim Shahaiba Memorial Award for dedication to this school, which this year has been awarded to Nitin.
Now I would like Mr. DeCock, the head of secondary, to come and give us a speech. Thank you.
Masa al khair. Good evening. Again, my, here we sit again. So, I need to explain what RTFQ means. It's something I invented a long time ago, and it stands for read the freaking question. So to elucidate what Nitin referred to, it's not a swear word, it's read the freaking question. And many times when I had a tough night or things are rough at school and I walk into a class and then sometimes I need to say it to myself because I didn't read the freaking question that I'm explaining to them. But anyway, lots have been said about you guys tonight. And I'm not going to continue. I would like to continue in that vein, but history sometimes asks a lot of certain generations. History asked a lot of the generations during the Black Death. History asked a lot of the generation during the Second World War. And in this country, history has asked a lot of the generation of your parents during the Gulf War. History asked a lot of them. History has asked a lot of you as well. I remember teaching Amir Muhammad maths online during COVID. And again, I had to teach online this year. At one stage while I was teaching, there was such a loud explosion that the students actually had to just go away to the bathrooms to compose themselves, and then we all came back and we taught again. And I remember, I always say to my own kids, I do not want you guys to ever see, I have a military background, to ever see the things I have seen. And unfortunately, you did. I think a parent never wants, as a parent, you want to guard your children from pain and hardship. It's not always possible. It's not always possible. So a lot have been asked. But you know what? You've gone through dark times, but that breeds character. A famous American motivational speaker said, tough times never last, tough people do. Toughness is a choice. You decide you are tough and you just hack at it. Bad times will come, and more bad times will come. Unfortunately, that's life. And sometimes it would be so hard and painful that the only thing you feel you can basically do is just simply breathe. Those times will come. But you know what? If the only thing you can do is breathe, then breathe. And then put one foot in front of the other, and then the next, and then the next, and then the next, and then the next, and you walk through it. I remember once, Kat had a very bad piano recital, and she was crying and totally despondent. And I stood up and I said to her in the car back from the recital, we rise up. That is what we do. There was an American Navy SEAL. His company was ambushed and he was severely wounded. He's called Marcus Luttrell. And in that action, his back was broken twice, his pelvis was broken. I think he had 3 gunshot wounds. He couldn't walk. He was the only one left after everybody was killed. And he used some colorful words like sometimes the military people would use, but he just said, I will not die here. If I am going to die, I will die somewhere else. And he took a rock and he stretched out and he drew a line in the sand as far as he could reach, and he crawled to that line. And then he did the same thing again, and he did it again and again and again and again and again, and he crawled to a light of a house. It was 7 miles. You don't give up. Never ever. And in that I'm reminded by, there's a quote from Winston Churchill, my other favorite. Marcus Aurelius, Winston Churchill, and Alfred Lord Tennyson, British poet. And Churchill said this, never give in, never give in, never, 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 in nothing, great or small, large or petty, never give in, except to convictions of honor and good sense. Never yield to force, never yield to the apparent overwhelming might of the enemy or life. You just don't. Well, life is not just dark. The lighter moments, the fun moments, outweighs the darkness. And there's going to be great, great, great moments that will last in your mind forever and ever and ever. So I would say this, no matter how tough gets, every single day of your life. For me, it's Fergus. And when I tell you to say sorry to him, Fergus is a joke that depth of your soul every single day of your life. And find something you really, really, really every single life. If it's a walk on wet grass, it's a walk on wet grass. If it's a sun on your skin, it's a sun on your skin. In my case, it's my first cup of coffee at school after I've sorted out the cover for the day for the teachers that are not there. Find something you really, really enjoy. And guys, please get married. Because every single one of us here, parents, want grandchildren. But choose wisely. Choose carefully. Beauty fades very quickly. I'm going to say again what I said last year. If I look in the mirror, I'm a prime example of the beauty that faded. And young lady, if he doesn't treat you like the princess you are, walk away. He's not worth you. He should treat you with the greatest amount of respect. Anyway, that's what old people do. They give advice. And I'm beginning to feel old. Sometimes I think I will one day fossilize between the concrete of this building. Me and Mrs. Aziz. A paleontologist can one day do a carbon dating test on me. That was just something I threw in, by the way. Greatness is not, great people are not born. They are not made. They are created by people that face incredible hardship and choose not to back down. At my grandfather's funeral, I made a speech. I spent time in the military, you guys know that, but I've spent time amongst very hard and tough men, both on the rugby field and in combat. And after all of that, I had even greater respect for my own dad and my own grandparents, my own grandfather. Because they were not warriors and special forces, but they were great men. Because you know what, guys? They offered everything they could for us as kids. And the people that sit in front of you here, they all have the same attitude. They will give everything for you as their children. And I would like to say this, get to know your parents very, very well. Because you know what? Life is but a dream. And sooner, some of us are going to pass away. My greatest regret is that I didn't spend more time with my grandfather. Honor your parents. Get to know them very well while you still can. Finally, I would like to say, I've come to realize in life, and again, I'm becoming an old man. That's what we do. We remiss. We think back. In the end, you only have two choices in this life. What you do either creates or destroys. Your choices will either create something or destroy something. Please create. Make the right choices. And I guess that's enough wisdom from this old man. I wish you the best future that you can possibly dream of. I made the same mistake last year. Talk about donkeys. Anyway, announcement of it. Just give me a second. Right. I would like to ask Mr. Warner to come up and present the International Student of the Year, which this year is Mohit Kasif.
And now I would like to welcome Mr. Bartzes on stage.
Hello everyone. These are the sixth form graduation awards. So, Malagrida Akar graduates 12 years of education with a merit. Ibrahim Ahmed graduates 12 years of education with distinction, a recipient of the prize for AS Physics and AS Mathematics. Sultan Alenezi, graduates 12 years of education with a pass, recipient of the prize for AS Psychology. Saker Alenezi, graduates 12 years of education with a pass and wins a citation for AS Psychology. Amira Mohammed, Zahed, graduates 12 years of education with distinction. Mohammed Saleh Khan, graduates 12 years of education with a merit. Abdurrahman Mohammed Mahmoud, with a merit. Temala Ahmed El Sebei, graduates 12 years of education with a distinction, a recipient of the prize for AS Biology and Chemistry. Yusuf Al-Jasem, graduates 12 years of education with a pass. Habib Ali, graduates to citation for AS Business. Sad Hussein, graduates 12 years of education with a pass. Ariba Wakas, graduates 12 years of education with a merit. Kathleen Cook, graduates 13 years of education with distinction, a recipient of Kathleen de Kock graduates 13 years of education with distinction, recipient of the prize for A2 biology, winner of the Head Girl Award. Physics and citation for A2 chemistry. Yasmin Tarek graduates 12 years of education with a merit. Nitin Milagu graduates 13 years of education with honors, recipient of the prize for A2 Chemistry and A2 Mathematics, Head Boy Award. Hamed Alazemi, Alexandra Stefania Kokos, with merit, recipient of the prize for AS English and AS Sociology. Lara Ahmed graduates 12 years of education with a pass. Galia Aloteibi graduates 12 years of education with a pass. Citation for AS Biology and Chemistry. Ahmed bin Kasif graduates 12 years of education with distinction, recipient of the prize for AS Business and AS Economics.
I would now like to invite Yasmin to the stage to give the speech of thanks.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وبه نستعين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أولياء الأمور الكرام، معلمين الأفضال، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. نحتفل اليوم بنهاية رحلة طويلة من الدراسة. هذه المدرسة في نمونا وتطويرنا بطرق عديدة، وكانت بمثابة بيتنا الثاني، حيث أصبحت جزءاً لا يتجازى من روتيننا اليومي. والآن نبدأ رحلة جديدة، وقد تحقق هذه بفضل تفاني آبائنا وأمهاتنا ومعلمينا الكرام الذين بذلوا جهوداً حتى في هذه الظروف الصعبة وخلال فترة التعليم عن بعد. لكم منا كل الشكر والثناء والتقدير، وكل عام وأنتم بخير. I'd now like to present Catalina Deacock, the head girl, to the podium.
Good evening, parents, graduates, friends, and teachers. My name is Catalina Deacock. I had the pleasure of being head girl this year. Before I start, I would just like to say that I don't know whether this is a point for nature or nurture, but somehow me and my father have managed to write a speech about the same thing. We've all had a rough go of it the last couple of months. I will be able to tell people for the rest of my life. I'm going to be super fun at parties. It's because of this that I wanted my speech to be about moving forward, no matter what's in the rearview, and regardless of the uncertain future. Something that most people don't know about me is that for almost half of my life, I have struggled with my mental health, and not in the way people on the internet for you to understand that I mean what I'm going to say next. My brain convinced me that I was going to fail high school. For context, in Kuwait, this is not possible. They cannot legally stop you from graduating. This isn't true. As you can see, we are all wearing caps and gowns. In addition to that, I got into my dream university to study veterinary medicine, something I have been dreaming about since I was a little girl. I'm begging you to tell it no. I have such big dreams for all of you. I think that all of the people on this stage are capable. It's a pleasure sharing this school with all of you, and I hope to hear about the incredible things that you're doing in no time at all. I also want to say thank you to all of the teachers who made the past 14 years possible for me and Mrs. Adams. I could go on, but then my speech would be 10 minutes long. I want to dedicate a small part of the speech to a woman named Sarah Collins, who taught 5 of the 80 students standing here. She made a huge impact on so many of our lives, and I will never forget her, even now she's passed. I want to say thank you to my parents, who all of you know, and to my sister, who I sometimes want to throttle, but you're my hero. Also, thank you to my best friend, Sophia, who I could not survive without, and who I literally would not have met if our parents hadn't both taught here. Thank you to all of the parents in the audience who have supported everyone.
I would now like to invite the head of sixth form, Mr. Shaw.
Thank you. It's always very difficult being the last person because most of the good quotes are gone, most of the nice things are said. But this year being a very special one for me personally, for actually becoming a father this year, I can say genuinely thank you. You say it's absolutely life-changing, it's wonderful, and also particularly this group. Fortunately, I've been here for a long time. 8 years does go very fast. Through some of those years, and I can say they've prepared me in advance for the the sort of expectations that I'd like my own son, perseverance, and just genuinely being nice people, welcoming new students that have just joined. They have had quite a nice open heart. They've been really supportive, and what we're doing with everything this year that people have already touched upon has been genuinely a very, very challenging one. But I can say that for us, they have been absolute beacons in some coffee with thousands of questions. But I can genuinely say that by the time I do make it all the way up to the sixth form, being able to see those students literally in the common room, in the study room, something you're happy to be there and quite frankly be very, very, very proud of them. And one quote that hasn't been used, and it's not, shall we say, something people will see as a famous scholar or something of a prominent figure in history, but to be fair, I feel like seeing how they've been sort of 4 words to hopefully have them move on forwards and be successful with is, I'd like to quote Bill and Ted and go with, be excellent to each other, because honestly, sometimes they've come in looking quite upset. They've covered each other's backs, studying for difficult things. Even when they've stopped studying that subject, they've helped each other through, and honestly, last year gave you some phenomenally big shoes to fill, but I can very, very proudly say that, to be honest with you, the expectations I had were possibly unfairly high because of what I can genuinely say you did achieve everything and then some, and quite frankly, it's like you took everything that's happened, like, you know, water off a duck's back, that surprisingly has probably fazed me a lot more than it has fazed you guys, and I'm incredibly proud to be your head of sixth form. Helping you. So thank you very much for that. And the final best part of what I'm able to say is I would like to proudly present the graduating class. And now I would like to invite the sixth formers. And Mr. Barsis, would you mind please helping with this?
every day. That's what she told me.
told me, babe, someday these will be the good old days. All the love you forget, and all these reckless nights you regret. change. You miss the magic of these good old days.
I was thinking about the band. I was thinking about the fans. We were underground, loading merch in that 12-passenger van in a small club in Minnesota, and the snow outside of First Ave. I just wanted my name and a star. Now look at where we at, still growing up, still growing up. I would lay in my bed and dream about what I'd become. Couldn't wait to get older, couldn't wait to be some. Now that I'm here, wishing I was still young. Those good old days.
I wish somebody would have told me these would be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. 'Cause some miss the magic of the good old days.
Wish I didn't think I had the answers. Wish I didn't drink all of that glass first. Wish I made it to homecoming. Got up the courage to ask her. Wish I would worried about what other people thought and felt comfortable with myself. Rooftop open and the stars above. Moment frozen, sneaking out and falling in love. Me, grass dreaming, figuring out who I was. Those good old days.
I wish somebody would have told me, babe, that someday these would be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. 'Cause someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the good old days.
Never thought we'd get old. Maybe we're still young. Maybe you always look back and think it was better than it was. Maybe these are the moments. Maybe I've been missing what it's about. Been scared of the future, thinking about the past while missing out on now. We've come so far. I guess I'm proud, and I ain't worried about the wrinkles around my smile. I've been around. I felt some pain and seen some things, but I'm here now. Those good old days.
You don't know what you got till it goes, till it's